From what I've gathered from the comments and my personal research, both ADHD and autistic people tend to gravitate more towards anecdotal communication, which I've done a video on, whereas allistic and non-ADHD people tend to gravitate more towards question-based communication. When you're speaking to someone who isn't autistic or doesn't have ADHD or who comes from a culture where anecdotal communication isn't very common, the act of interjecting your own story after they share a story can be seen as an interruption. For example, with the Frank Ocean concert, if someone were to say, I went to a Frank Ocean concert last night, it was amazing, by me responding, oh shoot, I saw Frank Ocean last year, he was incredible live, someone who doesn't gravitate towards anecdotal conversation would see that as me interrupting their story and cutting them off and saying, I'm not interested in hearing any more of what you have to say, instead of taking that as me saying, oh my goodness, I am also really interested in this topic and I am really excited by what you have to say. They would see it as, oh cool, let's talk about me now because I don't care about your story. The pause is them looking for engagement, looking to see if you're interested in the story, looking to see if they should continue on. If you are someone who communicates anecdotally, after I share my bit about how I saw him last year, then the other person would jump on and be like, oh, that's so cool that you saw him last year at my show. He was super engaging with the crowd. He was so engaging with the crowd at my show as well. And he did this encore performance that was crazy. Yeah, he did the encore too. Did he play this song for the encore? No, the show that I saw was from his previous album. When he goes on tour next, we should totally go together. It'd be so much fun. That is kind of like an anecdotal conversation. What non-ADHD and allistic people tend to prefer is, I went to Frank Ocean last night. His concert was amazing. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. What was your favorite song he performed? My favorite song was this, this, and this, and that, and that. Tell me more. Did anything interesting happen at the concert? Inviting them to share more about their story because they want to gauge if you're actually interested in hearing them talk about this. I'm thinking about all the conversations that have ended abruptly after I've shared a personal story and how good of a conversation we could have had if instead of the person assuming that I was trying to monopolize or center myself in the conversation, they just continued to share whatever story they wanted to share. I'm usually not trying to center myself or monopolize, and I want everybody to be equally engaged in the discussion. I'm just excited and sharing my thoughts.